Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, we're gonna explain to you how to pack a board bag for 6 months on the road. Let's get into it. Stick around to see the mistakes Ellie make, the perfection that I make, and how to protect your borders when you travel. It's a serious topic.
And stay tuned for the details of the giveaway at the end of the video.
Right. Better not miss it.
Welcome to the couple showdown. How I pack a board bag versus how Babe packs a board bag. Let's go. Can't do it seriously.
How do I pack a board bag? I use this FCS team board bag from when I used to be a professional surfer. It's super banged up, but it'll do the trick.
If it's 9 boards, you need that.
Yeah. First of all is when you choose your quiver, you have to be super specific. You're going on a trip, the waves are super different, so you need to have as much options as you can have. Of course, you cannot take 25 boards, so you have to be really precise. The variety of waves in the Mentawais is giant. There is right, left, hollow, less hollow. You kind of go there on a gamble because you don't know how exactly the waves are going to be. Like if you go surf out front of your house, you know exactly how it's going to be tomorrow, the next day, the day after. When you take a trip to the Mentawais, you usually buy your flight and then you hope for the best. So for my Mentawais quiver, I'm gonna choose to bring a 6.2, a 6.0, which are step ups for me, 5 regular 5.8, so boards for everyday mid-size waves, and then 2 fun boards. So I'm gonna put this board on the bottom because it's the tallest one. I really want to put it on the bottom, but the problem is the boards on the bottom get usually the more smashed. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to create like a bedding for that board, for her rails, her tail, and her nose to be able to maximize as much protection as I can.
We use bubble wrap because it's super, super light. And the board bag, when you have this many boards, gets super heavy. So you want to pack it, protect it, but also keep it weight friendly for expenses when you travel.
We also use cardboard because it's awesome. And it's light as well. So you want to put the cardboard to protect the tail and the nose first.
And you're gonna fold it in a way that it like kind of sits and cups around the boards, and hopefully it stays right in this little pocket. So when the board's getting thrown around, when the bag's getting thrown around by the airline people, they at least have like a shield of protection around them. Perfect.
Then I'll take bubble wrap and put it at the bottom. So it's like a nice bedding. So then, gonna place the board. My method is to use, what do you call that?
Paper towels.
Paper towels.
That was adorable.
And I go a nice sleeve in the middle, in the center, just because I don't want the board to have friction. No matter what, you have a strap that will make sure the boards are stuck together. But what happens is when you travel, the board does this, and it creates, if you have any type of painting or if there is anything that gets stuck in between the boards, then it's just gonna damage them. So I put a nice little layer of paper towel just to protect from the sliding. Yeah, or you know, if you're lazy and you don't want to take your wax off like Ellie, and you decide to put boards on top of each other, we call it Chinese wax.
I don't go to that extent.
And it's terrible.
I always have something protecting the Chinese wax, but
Then you want to go chronological. Chronological. You want to go chronological. Put your biggest, tallest board on the bottom, and now you're gonna put your smallest.
Yeah. If you have a random long one sticking out in the middle, it's way more prone to get the nose broken of that one because it's like randomly sticking out.
Okay, same process.
His process is much more meticulous than mine.
Board number 4. Making sure they are aligned. It's extremely critical that the boards are aligned The tails are all in the same place, the nose aligned with each other. Some people put bubble wrap in between boards. Me, I rather put piece of paper. It's much lighter and it still does the job. Then this one, this is an epoxy and I'm afraid that at the first impact she will break. Because this one is much more resistant. Now, my board bag, and I think in general every board bag comes with the same sort of style of strap. Go on top, clip it, tie it, clip it, tie it, and now I will work on the nose. Find a piece of cardboard, do it like that. And ultimately what I would do is like any towels, I would put everything at the nose. You can, what the great thing, when the boards are on top of each other, it's really important to put something under the nose, because what happens is if there is a little bit of pressure on the nose are not that strong and they will tend to bend down. And if you have a towel, there is a limit for their flex, it will help them not break and destroy.
You want to open your board bag with all your noses like...
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
There you go.
And that's how I pack a board bag.
Pretty good.
All right, babe's turn.
Now it's my turn. Now I have a little bit of a shittier board bag. Mine doesn't have a lot of like rigidity, which kind of bums me out because my boards always end up like all lopsided. So I'm gonna do my best to pack it the best I can. Not just for the sake of the video, but we got 6 months on the road, so we really need these boards to stay protected. So I'm gonna do pretty similar to Tim, but it's a bit weird for my boards to, like every time I put cardboard at the nose and at the tail, it moves all around because my boards don't fit the board bag perfectly. They're a little bit smaller. I think this board bag is 6'2" and my biggest board is 5'10". So first I'm gonna put a little bit of bubble wrap in the bottom just as like a precautionary, even though the bottom is already really padded. Gonna go for the biggest board first. Kind of how Babe already explained the concept of why we do that, but this is my biggest board. It's a 5'10". I know, not that big still, but if I need to use this, then I'm proud of myself for surfing that big of waves. Chuck her in the bottom. Now, my method that Babe doesn't like. I like to maximize the efficiency of my bubble wrap. So what I do is I lay it this way, like long ways. So you have a big strip, and I put the excess around the rail because, like I said, my boards always end up super lopsided and then sometimes the rails are like sticking out. So I do that, then I take my next biggest board, which is a 5'7", and this one is still, I don't even know if I surfed this one yet. No, I surfed the other. This is brand new. I surfed the other 5'7", but not this one yet, so I'm gonna put it right here. Then I take my bubble wrap, fold it over again. So this way, it also has protection around the rail. Another 5'7", just like that. Bubble wrap back over. Next smallest board is a 5'6". This is like my everyday board that I surf all the time. Put it on top there. And then we have the last little bit of bubble wrap, fits perfect for the last board. The past couple of times I traveled like this, knock on wood, my boards were safely intact, even though they looked like they'd been thrown around a bit. So then towels usually make the board bag pretty heavy, but this is like my favorite towel. It's super light, super like moisture wicking, perfect for traveling. It also is like nice as a sarong, and it's like a small business, so I love that. I have it linked to my Amazon storefront. It's from the Green Sticks, and she's amazing. Support her. If you need a new towel, I recommend. So I put this right on the top, cinch the straps down on top of that, and I usually always don't tighten them all the way. I usually tighten the middle one first. So because my board bag doesn't have as much structure as Tim's, like when I pull these tight, sometimes makes the rails kind of exposed there, but that's why I wrap the bubble wrap around the rails. Now I'm gonna do the same for the tail. I'm gonna fold it so I can kind of like tuck it right in there. Perfect. And see, like I said, I have quite a bit of a gap here in the back because my board bags just don't fit perfectly. So I'm gonna put the cardboard, I don't know if it'll stay, but the beauty of being a girl, this is where the beauty of being a girl comes in. I got all kinds of bikinis that I usually just throw in my board bag. However, they do get kind of heavy. And our trip is being paid for by shooting these bikinis. So I'm afraid that if my board bag doesn't arrive or something like that, then might be kind of in the shit. So I'm gonna put one in my suitcase and one in the board bag. I also have my little fin case, which is actually like really padded. So I usually end up sticking this in around the nose, which again, usually ends up sliding all around the board bag. But packing really light this trip. I'm really proud of myself. I'm gonna chuck this one around. First, I'm gonna line up my noses because they're kind of all over the place. Bye, Chad. Forgot about that. Just folded together so perfectly.
Yep, I know.
How they crossed.
Yep.
Wow. So my noses are a bit exposed. So then, yeah, I usually put this in the nose there.
Anything that will help protection is when you have a cardboard where your nose is, to protect your nose, anything that you put has to be on the outside.
Yeah.
Unless it's to protect the flex of the nose, everything has to be on the outside of the cardboard to add protection.
Yeah, and so I have quite a drastic change between the noses from 5'6" to 5'10". So there's kind of a lot of gaps. So I'm just gonna kind of weave this in and out of all of them, just like that. So then the 5'6s have some structure below them, the 5'7s have structure below them, and then the 5'10. This bag with the sunscreen that I'm gonna put in here.
So you're always on the outside.
And I always like, if it's something hard or like sunscreen or shoes, I usually put them in like a tote bag like that because I like to like bunch it up and make it squishy. And then bikinis, which usually adds like a good 5 to 10 kilos. So, but I only have 5 boards, so it should be light enough. We zip her up, and mine has clips on the outside, which are very important as well, because like I said, there's a lot of like extra space in my board bag. So I always make sure these clips are as tight as possible. And there you have it. This is how I pack my board bag. You can already tell it's a little bit less rigid and it's got a lot of padding in there. And I always laugh because like the TSA people, and they're all like, oh, like that's too big. I'm like, brother, if I can lift it, you can lift it. It's fine. And watch, like putting it on the luggage cart test. Oh wait, whoa, it's so light.
Yeah.
Ah, sweet. Between the camera bag and the board bags and the product we got to shoot, we got plenty to lug around with us. So this is how we efficiently pack our board bags, keep them super light, and have all the boards that we want. So,
We'll be monitoring.
who won?
I did, come on. It's not even a competition.
Having just begun our vlogging journey, we're super happy to have the almost 3,000 subscribers that we have.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, guys. It's been super fun, and we have like the biggest, most exciting 6 months coming up. So we hope you're following along. Let us know if you have any questions. We have so much content variety between our podcast about our relationship and how we travel, to my fitness videos, to our surf vlogs and how to pack a board bag. So if you have any questions for us, let us know. We are frothing. Over the next couple months, when we get to 5,000 subscribers, we're going to do a huge giveaway. So I highly recommend you subscribe and stay tuned because we have a lot of goodies to give away.
And it's only for the subscribers, so if you're not on the list,
Get amongst it.
too bad. Like and subscribe.
Please. It's the least you can do.